Hi, this is Divine Love, Light, and Wisdom with Lynn. I am Lynn. I will never DM you, privately message you, or ask you for money, or try to facilitate my services for any amount of money. Just note if somebody does, it's definitely not me. Whenever this reaches you, it's meant for you. I've also asked that this not only be for the highest good of everyone and the collective, but I've also asked that everyone receives the clarity they need. What I might say might not resonate, but the card might, and you might get a different meaning from it, and that is absolutely fine. Whatever's meant for you will be right for you. And today I decided to do a reading with Energy and Spirits Oracle from Sandra Ann Taylor. I did get a jumper today, and the jumper, I'm going to maybe show it to you afterwards. The jumper, I actually had, when I was shuffling, got a glimpse of it in the shuffling, quite much prior to when it actually jumped out, but it's irrelevant. Just to let you know, I think this is a reinforcement of what this card will mean. So for now, I'm just going to start with the first card, and then I'll see when the jumper needs to jump in. So anyways, we will see. Letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom from time constraints. We often think that things have to happen at a certain time, at a certain pace. Excuse me. We need to sometimes let go of that. We need to allow for things to happen in their divine timing. And also to surrender to what we think things should be or should look like. Kingship, community, your group. Sometimes we don't always resonate with certain people and their ideals, as well as they don't resonate with ours. But I think this has to say, this is also about letting go of things that no longer align with you, and that's okay. I think it's also about not expecting a certain timing for the right kingship, the right people who will align with your vision, who will align with your beliefs. And it's not about them or us or them. It's not about that, because at the end of the day, we're all one. But sometimes in our journey, we chose to come here to do certain things. We chose certain purposes, certain goals. And sometimes some people that we will connect with will allow us to do that more efficiently, but also because we were meant to meet them somewhere along our journey. At the same time, we should surrender to that ideal, because we don't want to have a time constraint on that. We don't want to have a specific time like we're expecting it. We also have to allow things to flow and to allow them to be revealed to us in the right time when we're ready for that, but also when the timing is ready for us on our journey to receive certain guides. And it could be a spiritual team. It could be a physical team. It could be one person. It could be a group of people. But it's almost like something is going to come in. Something's going to usher in a different energy than what you may usually encounter. Phase entanglement, emotional influence. Yeah, I think what this is saying is it's about stepping away from this kind of energy. Stepping away from this kind of energy. The ones that like to single out someone and not be kind, not use kind words, not kind actions. I think that this is truly about finding a new group who is much kinder. You see how they're all getting along. Nobody's trying to outdo anybody. Nobody's trying to belittle anybody. And I think this is what it's saying. So if you have that in your space at this present moment, if you have this kind of energy, I think that will be leaving, actually. That energy will be leaving. Achievement, completion, reward. So as you become more aligned to this beautiful positive energy, you see You see the beautiful energy, how it just feels light and bright, and it just feels like everyone's included, everyone's inclusive. Sorry about that. Well, this one here is quite the opposite. This is quite the opposite. And I think what's happening is you're going to start walking away. You're going to let go of that. Let go of that kind of energy. Even though this card came out first, it's irrelevant. It has a lot of different meanings for this. But I see it in many different ways. And here it's achievement, completion, reward. When you finally realize who you truly are, when you finally realize what's really important, then you feel the freedom. You feel the freedom from being suppressed. You feel the freedom from the negative energies, the dark, dense, heavy energies. And I think this is what this card is truly about. Now let's see if there's another one. Prophets and ancient seers. Decisions, predictive guidance. Perhaps there's someone that is wondering what the future will look like. What decisions do I have to make in order to facilitate and to create the future that I want? Because we are co-creators. And as she's looking into this beautiful bowl, look at all the beautiful energies around her, the beautiful colors. And I think now we're going to bring in the jumper. I think what this is saying is that once you have released, you've allowed, you have seen the different flavors of the more dense energies as well as the lighter energies, the different groups, and what it is you truly want in your life. What do you want to align with? Who you want to align with. Then this is when this was what the jumper, this is what you will bring about when you choose the light, when you choose the higher road, I would call it. Prosperity, abundance, success. Now, abundance and success can mean a lot of things. Yes, it can mean money, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it's money in a Zen way, in a love way, in a happy way. But it could also mean abundance of joy, abundance, like it says here, success. And what is success? Success can come in many flavors. It doesn't always mean the biggest, the loudest thing is successful. What brings you joy? What makes you sing? What makes your heart sing? And I think this is basically what it's saying. See? Prosperity. Look at these beautiful colors. Decisions. The decisions you may take will bring you that, depending on what decision it is that you chose. Achievement. Completion. Reward. Completion from what? From making the decision. What decision did you make? Did you let go? Did you surrender from all that no longer serves you? Perhaps this is what no longer serves you, this kind of energy. The divisive energy that is dense and is not full of unconditional love. And not allowing anyone to emotionally influence you, to manipulate you, but instead aligning to this beautiful energy of kingship, community, that's light, bright, and full of love, because you can feel the energy, the difference. It feels so light. But having said that, I hope this reading for some has resonated. I know that unfortunately, because there were so many cards today, It wasn't quite as smooth as usual, and perhaps my hands were in the way. But either way, I think the message in itself is very powerful and will be powerful for many. It will resonate. And if it doesn't, that's okay. And like I said before, if the cards meant something completely different, go with your intuition, because we all have it. We can all tap into it. Having said that, namaste, amen.